Welcome to This Explainer. Are you feeling a little stressed out about the TOEIC reading test? Well, you're definitely not alone. It's a tough test. But don't worry, because today we're going to break down the TOEIC reading exam using some really simple, clear strategies. Let's just look at the numbers for a second. 100 questions. Only 75 minutes. I mean, that is a lot of reading in a very short amount of time. It's completely normal to feel a bit anxious about running out of time. Actually, time is the biggest complaint we hear from test takers. But today, we're going to fix that. Okay, let's dive right into our roadmap. We've got 1. The Reading Test Challenge. 2. Manage your time well. 3. Part 5, complete the sentence. 4. Part 6, complete the text. 5. Part 7, reading comprehension. And finally, 6. Top mistakes to avoid. This roadmap is exactly how we'll conquer that time limit. Let's start with Section 1. The Reading Test Challenge, Racing the Clock. Remember, the reading section happens right after your 45-minute listening section, and there are no breaks. None. You just jump straight into a strict 75-minute race. The clock is absolutely your biggest enemy here. You must manage your time well. But hey, here's the good news. You can beat the clock. With the right plan, you'll take control of the test and actually have enough time to finish every single question. So let's talk about Section 2. Manage your time well, the priority model. The absolute secret to getting a high score is setting strict time limits for each part of the test. You can't just read at your normal, everyday speed. You need a really strict time budget. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how you should divide those 75 minutes. You want to aim for just 10 minutes on Part 5, another 10 minutes on Part 6, and save a massive 55 minutes for Part 7. Why? Because Part 7 is the hardest and the longest, so it desperately needs the most time. We found a really great piece of advice in our sources for this. Staring at difficult grammar or vocabulary questions rarely helps if you do not know the word. Spend extra time on Part 7. This is so true. If you don't know a word in Part 5 or 6, staring at it for 2 minutes isn't going to magically make you know it, right? You just have to guess quickly and save all that brain energy for the reading comprehension in Part 7. All right, Section 3, Part 5, complete the sentence. This part is all about picking the correct grammar or vocabulary word to fill in a blank space in a single sentence. You've got 30 questions here, testing your knowledge of grammar rules and vocabulary. The most important rule for this section, you have to spend under 20 seconds per question. You have to work very, very fast. Literally, do not waste time here. So, here is your exact 3-step strategy for Part 5. First, look at the 4 choices. Try to see if it's a grammar question or a vocabulary question. Second, read the sentence for clues, like looking for time words to figure out verb tenses. And third, choose quickly or just guess. Seriously, trust your instincts. If you don't know the answer after 20 seconds, just pick a letter and move on. Now we move to Section 4. Part 6, complete the text. Instead of single sentences, here you're going to see 4 short passages. Things like business emails or short notices with missing words. There are 16 questions in this part. You do get a little bit more time here, up to 30 seconds per question. And that's because you have to look at the context of the whole text, not just one isolated sentence, to find the right answer. Let's follow these 3 simple steps for Part 6. Number 1. Skim the text quickly just to get the main idea. Number 2, look really closely at the sentences right before and right after the blank space. And number 3, check for logical transitions. Keep an eye out for words like however or therefore. And remember, please do not waste time overanalyzing every single word in the passage. Let's move on and see how this all builds into the final challenge. Section 5, Part 7, Reading Comprehension. This is it. The most important and time-heavy section of the entire test. This is where your score is really made. With 54 questions, this is the longest part by far. You'll read single passages and then multiple passages grouped together. But because you saved all that time earlier in Parts 5 and 6, you can spend about 60 seconds per question here. This section requires some heavy lifting because you have to connect and understand information across different texts. To really succeed in Part 7, you need 2 essential reading skills. The first is skimming. Skimming means reading quickly to understand the main ideas, the headers, and the overall purpose of the text. Think of it like glancing at a restaurant menu. You don't read every single ingredient, you just look quickly to see what kind of food they serve. The second skill is scanning. Scanning is searching for specific details like dates, names, or prices. You use keywords from the test questions to find exactly what you need. It's just like quickly looking for a specific friend in a crowded room. You ignore everything else and just look for that one person. Now, the core strategy for Part 7 might actually seem a little counterintuitive. Step 1. Read the questions first. Do not read the passage first. Reading the questions first saves valuable minutes because you know exactly what information to look for. Step 2. Scan the text for those specific details. And Step 3. Answer the general questions about the whole passage last. By then, you'll understand the text so much better anyway.
Okay, Section 6, top mistakes to avoid. Think of me as your supportive coach right now. I really want to make sure you don't fall into these common tropes that can completely ruin test scores.
So the crucial point here is translating every single word versus reading for overall meaning and context. Trying to translate every single English word into your native language in your head, that is a huge mistake. It will completely drain your time. You really have to practice understanding the overall meaning directly in English, even if you don't know a few words.
Let's rapid fire through this checklist of other big mistakes. Practicing without a strict timer? Bad idea. Always use a countdown timer when you practice at home. Spending too long on hard questions? No way. Skip them, guess, and move on. Reading whole passages before looking at the questions? We know that wastes precious minutes. And finally, leaving answers blank? Never, ever do this. Wrong answers don't take away points on the TOEIC, so always color in a circle on your answer sheet. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today. You have the strategies, you know the exact time limits, and you know what mistakes to avoid. So I want to leave you with this question to think about. Which part of the TOEIC reading exam are you going to practice first today? Pick a section, grab your timer, and start practicing. You can totally do this. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and good luck with your studying.